Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would review 10 products from one of my favorite cosmetic brand, Koh Gen Do, including both makeup and skincare products. The makeup artist team from a lot of famous Hollywood movies actually use Koh Gen Do's HD foundations. But this brand for some reason is just really low-key. They don't have a lot of branding or advertising efforts that I can tell. So there are a lot of hidden gems in this brand that I would like to talk about today. Hopefully this video will help more people to get to know this brand a little more. I will first talk about some makeup items and then skincare at the end. So if you're interested only in skincare, you can jump toward the end of this video. I actually highly recommend a kind of lotion from their brand. Now let's talk about the 3 foundations from this brand. This Aqua Foundation is the most famous foundation from this brand. These 2 foundations, Maifanshi Moisture Foundation as well as their Foundation Compact, have an amazing property that I would like to talk about. These 2 foundations stay on your face without changing the appearance at all for 8 hours straight. Basically, when I just put them on, I look at myself, look at my face in the mirror, and I would check out a few times throughout the day until the 8th or sometimes the 9th hour. There's no change. Basically, my T-zone does not get more oily and the jawlines, my cheeks do not get more dry. This is just crazy to me, like really amazing foundations. Out of the 60 or 70 bottles of foundations that I've collected, only 3 foundations have this kind of property. This one is from By Terry. It's the Sheer Expert foundation. By Terry's most famous foundation, I think, is the Cover Expert. But this Sheer Expert also stays the same the moment you put it on and 8 hours later. So I really recommend that you check out these 2 foundations if you have a chance. Now let's talk about the difference between these 3 foundations. The Aqua Foundation is matte when you just apply it, and it takes 1 to 2 hours for your skin's natural oil to melt with this foundation, and then it gives you the real second skin effect. After about 1 or 2 hours, it's really hard to even detect the foundation on your face. However, this Aqua Foundation for oily to combination skin friends, I would warn you that this will get oily after about 5 or 6 hours. This is definitely my top 3 dewy foundation. Now I want to compare this Aqua Foundation with this expensive Japanese foundation. It's called Cannibal 20 Centric Foundation. Now this guy costs about $200. However, to me, these 2 are very similar. The only difference is that this one is a little bit more moisturizing and you tend to get oily a little bit earlier. But this one costs $200. It's like 3 times the price as this guy. So for those of you with kind of combination to dry skin, I would recommend that you try this one instead of this expensive foundation, just because dry skin actually tend to hate this one because it gets too dry for them. Now let's move on to this Maifanshi foundation. This one gives you the dewy effect the moment you put it on. I like this one. This one you need to wait for 1 to 2 hours to have the dewy effect. But this one you have the dewy effect the moment you put it on. And it's kind of towards the oily side kind of dewy. Whereas this one is almost like a jelly or watery kind of dewy. It makes your skin almost look like bouncy. Now later I will talk about their highlighting liquid, which can change the kind of dewiness of these 2 foundations. This compact foundation obviously gives you a matte finish, and this matte finish stays the same for me the moment I put it on until 8 hours later. I think dry skin may not like this one just because, as you know, most powder tend to make your skin a little drier. I want to compare this with another Japanese brand called Chika. Chika has also a compact foundation that is almost twice as expensive as this guy, but to me they're pretty much similar. Now I want to talk about this highlighting liquid. This one I highly recommend that you use it together with other foundations instead of applying directly on your face. So I do want to point out that if you use this one with your foundation, it will make your foundation's color a little bit lighter. That is why they later came out with another version of this Maifanshi Aqua Foundation Illuminator. This is skin color, so it will not make your foundation look lighter. For me, when I mix this Illuminator with the Aqua Foundation or with this Maifanshi cream foundation, it changes the kind of dewiness on your face. This one originally is, like I mentioned, is kind of like gel, very bouncy, youthful look. This one is towards the oily side, kind of dewiness. However, if you mix this one, it will give you a kind of pearl-like, low-key dewiness. Now this one actually reminds me of a Silky highlighter a few years ago that you can use all over your face to give you kind of pearl-like dewiness and shine. So I actually highly recommend that you try this out as well. Now let's move on to something that I don't recommend as much. That is the Koh Gen Do Maifanshi face powder. This is a transparent one. Basically this one, the powder is very fine, which I really like. But the thing is, this one does not have any oil control property. Basically, you put it on your face and yes, your face will get matte. But then 1 or 2 hours later, if your foundation usually tends to get more oily, then it will get more oily even with this guy. So I don't quite recommend this one unless in the future they add some oil control property into this powder. Now move on to this eyeshadow palette they came out with a few months ago. So this one, the powders in this eyeshadow is very fine. I would say that the quality is the same as Vizard and Tom Ford, these extremely high-end eyeshadow palettes. The only thing is that if you look at the colors, most of them are shimmery colors. Only this one is matte, so you actually don't have a really good transition matte eyeshadow. This brand is mostly designed for makeup artists, so I guess they assume that makeup artists already have some good matte eyeshadows with good transition shades to use together with this palette. Oh, another thing is that if you look at the colors from this one all the way until this one, the colors basically are all kind of very light colors. So if you have medium to dark skin tone, I don't think you'll see a lot of difference using these colors. So now let's move on to skincare. I highly recommend that you try this Moisture Spa Gel Lotion in summer. This one has natural herbs as most of the products from their brand, and it's very lightweight, at the same time extremely moisturizing, and your face will stay moisturized even hours after applying this lotion. Another thing is that usually, I guess you probably, like most people, you won't really care how your face will actually look like after you apply skincare products, right? Because skincare is mostly a long-term thing. You want to look at how foundation looks like on your face after you apply it. But with this one, about 1 or 2 hours after you apply this one, your skin actually will look really dewy, look really nice, very like full of moisture, very youthful look. So this is kind of amazing. I really like this one. And I have a little sample from their face cream. This one feels a little bit similar to the gel, but a little bit more oily, which makes this cream kind of more ordinary than this guy. Moving on to their toner. So this toner is kind of like between the typical US or European toner that is very watery and the typical Japanese toners, which are really sticky, extremely moisturizing. This one is like in between, so it has a little moisturizing property in it, but I don't see anything too special in this toner. I hope this review can be helpful for you. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel for more awesome beauty videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!